Hello friends, recently I rendered my first video animation with ComfyUI and I want to share my experience about my workflow. I know the result still is not perfect, but I am sure in the early future we will have some more better components, algorithms, and nodes to improve the quality. This was the animation that I rendered, and you can see in this animation the object positions are saved. And for example, the position of the sofa is not changing in the video, but the content inside each object is changing. For example, the painting inside the frame, or the pillow on the sofa, or for example, the type of the plant or the type of the sconce in the wall on the wall. But I hope I will some way to solve that. And also this time, please pay attention to the image, okay, and the environment inside the image. Until the first frames, the content inside the image, inside the window, is fixed, and after that it will be changed. I'm sure that now there are some problem in this workflow, but actually this is the first time that I am able to render a video animation with ComfyUI. Okay, so let's go and start that. What is the workflow? At first, I used 3D Studio Max to create the 3D animation. Okay, this is my main animation inside 3D Studio Max, and I used semantic segmentation color codes. If you don't have any information about that, for example, you can check this link and you can see each color code has a meaning. For example, this color code is wall, this color code is sky, this color code is flooring or chair or other things. Okay, so inside 3D Studio Max, I used exactly those color codes for my object, and it was not very hard because I made a custom script. I didn't write this script, I customized that. I customized this script, and you can see here I have all the color codes, and each object has a specific name. And here just I am adjusting the object names. For example, this object name is painting, and after running this script, it will adjust the color code. And this is the output that I get from 3D Studio Max. Okay, and you can see that, for example, I have about 100 or more than 100 images with this style, and each color code has a specific meaning. Okay, I used those informations inside ComfyUI to make the animation. And these are the frames that I rendered with ComfyUI, and you can see them now frame by frame. Okay. And if you see, for example, the content inside the framing is changed, and it is not very stable, but I hope I will find also some way in the future to make it better. Okay, let's go to the ComfyUI and explain the workflow. At first, here is my checkpoint. It's very simple. And this is my positive prompt, and this is my negative prompt. I used a control net for loading the semantic segmentation control net, and I used the load image batch for loading many image from a folder. And for adding the load image batch, you should install the WAS node suite, WAS node suite. on your ComfyUI, and after that you can access to this node. So because with default nodes you cannot load image batch. And because the resolution of my image was high, I add a upscale image by about half, and after that I send the image to ControlNet. And here also I can make a preview image and you can see that. After that, I generate the first render, and once that I had the first image, I use the first image for the reference. Okay. And again, I load the first image and the frame after that with batch image, and I send that to a Seecoder and a co-adapter style to get the information from the previous image and try to send them to the next image to make some more consistency between the frames. This part also is very, very important. And you can see it's going to the sampler, and after that the process is started. And for start the batch processing in ComfyUI, you should click on extra option and keep the batch count on 1 and just click on this tick. Okay, so after that automatically the queue again will be a start. So once the queue will be finished, again it will start, it will finish, it will start, finish, start, finish, start. And this node is work very, very good, because once it is going to the next queue, it will load another image. So it's all. And now I want to create this workflow from zero in front of your eyes. And let me do that. Okay. I'm going to load default. Okay, this is my default node, and this was my previous node. Okay, so in default node, let me move them. Click Control, and after that hold Shift to move the images. And here I have empty latent image, and for my first latent image I have to use a fixed size 700 in 500. Let me again check my size. Yes, 768 in 512. Okay. And also for the prompt, I want to use this prompt. Raw photo, living room, high detail scene. For the negative prompt, I'm going to use this prompt and the realistic vision version 4. Okay, so now I have to load the segmentation colors. Okay, and let me load the first one with load image node. It's easy. Okay, this is my first frame image, and I have to send these color codes to the control net. Okay, so also I have to load the control net apply, and control net loader. What kind of control net we need? We have to use the control net or semantic segmentation control net. And yes, it's here. Control net, this version. Okay. And it needs the input image. This is the input image. It needs conditioning, the conditioning coming from positive, and it's going to the positive. Okay, so now I can start to process my first image. Before that, for save image node, I want to add some text to the name of the file name. And here you can see this is my output folder in ComfyUI. Okay, and before that, I want to make a folder with the name of Toad. And the file name inside that, I need to save them with render. Okay, so once I press the Q, let me show you. It will create a folder inside the output with the name of Toad, and the result will be saved with the name of render.png. Okay, so let me queue prompt. Mhm. Okay, so now let me press Q prompt. Okay, it's trying to load the semantic segmentation image in control net, and here is our first image. Okay, and now if we go to the output folder, we can see a folder with the name of Toad, and here we can see a image with the name of render underline 0001 underline dot png. Okay, so now we have this image, and what should I do? I have tried to load this image as a reference for other images, one by one. Okay, so now I have the first image, I have rendered the first image, and also let me fix the seed on the one. Okay, and again queue the prompt. Okay, So I want to keep this image and I will delete the previous image. Okay, so now I have an image inside the taught folder, and this time I want to add the reference. I want to add this image as reference, and how can I do that? At first, I have to add a Seecoder node. Here, it needs an image, so I have to add a load image node here and load the image here. Connect it to the Seecoder, and after that, the Seecoder should connect to a concat. Concat conditioning. Every time I'm connecting the Seecoder to conditioning from, and the previous control net should connect to the conditioning to. Okay. After that, I have to load the style model. So here you should type a style. And the conditioning should connect to the conditioning. The style model should connect to the style model loader. And the clip vision should connect to the clip vision encode. And the clip vision should connect to the clip vision loader. And also it needs a input image, and I'm using that. But before connecting the load image to Seecoder and to the clip vision, let me connect that to a reroute, because after that easily I can replace this node and connect that from that node to here and connect to the positive. Okay, so in this workflow, we used this image as a reference. Okay, and it will try to generate a new image based on this reference from this semantic segmentation color. But now we have a problem because these nodes are static, and with going to the next queue, they are not opening or loading a new image. So instead of using the load image, I have to use a image batch. Okay, IO VAS suite IO load image batch, or you can write here image batch. You can see that you can add the load image batch from here. And how you can work with the load image batch? At first, it needs a path. Okay, and this is the path that we are storing our renders. Okay, so I need the image in this path to use as a reference. So copy this path here. And what is the label of my files? The renders are starting with this structure. Copy them and paste them here. And what is the mode? It should be at incremental. It should be set to the incremental image. So now, instead of loading a static image, we are loading image with batch. And I'm connecting that batch image to this node. Okay. And also after that, I want to create a preview image. So here I can make sure that what is the image that is loaded from this node. And also for the semantic segmentation node, the image with semantic segmentation colors, we have to use a load image batch. and also I will do that. Image batch. Okay, I have that, and this time I have to load the semantic segmentation images. Okay, and for example, they are here in my computer. Copy the path, paste, and what is the name? The name are starting with seg dash 0000, and they will be add incremental. Okay, so I'm connecting this node to the control net and delete the node. And also here I will add a preview image. So, and click on extra option and also click on automatically queue. Before starting, I figure out that I have to use the CFG value in about 3. Okay, because if I use high CFG value with Seecoder and a style model, the image will be very, very high saturated and I can't use them. And now I have to start the processing. Once that before starting the processing, let me check them. Okay, I forgot one important issue. Okay, in my previous workflow, you can see that I opened, I load the image, rendered image, and also I sent them to the latent. Okay, but the denoiser version is about 1. Okay, and also this time I want to do that. So here I will add VAE encode. The VAE will come from here and it should connect to the latent image. And also the denoiser is about 1, and also you can't do that, but I prefer to test that on this way. And I think everything is ready to start. One other thing is very important. Pay attention to the CMD window, because after that you can see some information here. Also, they are very useful. Okay, so start the queue. Here you can see that the VAS node is started. Okay, let me cancel the image. For canceling, you have to click on this button. And yes, now there is a problem. There is a problem. What is that? Here, I forgot to set that to incremental image. Okay, so here, okay, let me check my folder. Okay. Okay, I canceled that before saving. Everything is ready. Tick on extra option and click on this button and start queue. Here there is a problem with VAS Node Suite because it start to load the image from my segmentation folder from index 77. And this is the second time that I have this issue. But you can see the process, okay? Every time it is trying to load a new semantic segmentation color, and after that it will try to load the rendered image and use the rendered image as the reference with Seecoder. And here is the folder, okay? And you can see the images. Here you can see, for example, in this frame, the painting inside the frame is changed. And it's going to work, yes. It is starting the process. Just I have to find a way for resetting the index of the load image batch. At this moment, I don't know what is the way, and maybe just I have to replace the files in the folder. But now you can see it is working, and we have our first rendered image with ComfyUI. You can see the result, and it's going to generate the next frame. The next frame will be sit here, okay? After that, the image will be load as the style. Again, it's going to the process, and this is the way, this is the workflow that I made. I rendered that animation. You can see that. Also, you can find all the source file in on my Patreon, okay? And if you are interested to support me, you can join my Patreon. And also on my Patreon, let me open that here, okay? You can see that I have placed all the source files, the sequence of the semantic segmentation colors and the workflow here. And also, if you need the files, you can download them from the Patreon, and it will also help me a lot to continue doing research and finding new workflows and sharing them with you. Okay, hope to see you in the next video. Bye.